Dear Life from the Path, my son is almost 3. He is the light of my life. I love him more than I can describe, but sometimes I can't handle his energy. We carefully monitor how much sugar he eats, and we are sure his diet is not what's causing the problem. Mostly, I think he's just a rowdy little boy. The problem is we can't take him out without dreading that he will act up. His refusal to listen to our request or listen to us when we speak to him at all has put a strain on our marriage, and we both feel like failure parents. What are some things we can do to help our son channel his energy in a positive way while getting some relief from his nonstop go-go attitude? Dan, you're a parent.
Yeah.
What's that sound like? Of girls.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they maybe haven't given consistent boundaries that they stick to and that their child knows is serious. The child's wearing the pants, the child does what they want, and you don't have to be violent and beat a child or throw them in a corner every 5 minutes or whatever, but you can certainly say, hey, these are the boundaries, you're not, like with our children, if they acted out in public, we said something once, and if they didn't listen, then we just took them away. We just left. If we were at the grocery store, thought, well, we'll come back for groceries later. We're just not going to play the game and let them go up and down the aisle, screaming and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so really they just need some consistency. I don't know, and probably do need to cut down on sugars and some.
Yeah, we're sure that the food is not the deal. It's a lot of the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, now sugar's not exactly what people think. Like you give a kid a Clark bar and 5 minutes later you just crawl on the walls. It wasn't the Clark bar. Like how your digestive system works. Don't be a fool. That's not how it goes. But I mean, I think you have a very solid point in that people aren't willing to be inconvenienced by their children. Now, some of this is he is a boy. You got to give a boy a little bit of room. I think sometimes we pressure boys to be like girls. Boys don't act like that. They are a little rowdy. Mm-hmm. And like I have 2 girls, little boys make me really uncomfortable. I'm not used to their craziness or tackling me or jumping at me. If my girls did that, they'd go to their room. I'm like, why are you acting this way? Because they don't normally act like that, Mm-hmm. And so little boys make me a little, uneasy because I'm just not used to that. But like the truth of the story is they're boys. They're going to be a little bit rougher. They're going to be a little bit louder, and they're going to have a little bit harder time catching you the first time because they got a one-way mind, and that's how boys are. But on the other hand, Dan's right. When you say, you say it once and they don't listen, leave. And you're like, but I wanted to go out to dinner with my wife. Sorry, you chose to have a boy. You had kids. You know what I'm saying? If you say, listen, I need you to come down and sit by me. Next time you move, by the time we get to the oranges, if you're gone, we're leaving. And if they're gone, then you leave. You don't scream and yell or you don't even have to spank them. You told them the consequence. If you don't stand by me, we're leaving. And then they don't stand by you. Then you pick them up and leave. And they'll be mad about it and cry, but your point will be proven.
And too often is parents will give all these warnings and they never back it up. Ugh. And kids are so smart. They know exactly they know exactly what tone of voice when the parent finally means it, and they just play along with them.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I guess my question is, what outlet do you have for that child? Do you have a time for him where he can go out in the backyard and play? Do you have him involved in sports, in soccer, in t-ball? Because
buy a bouncy house, right?
Right. Little kids, especially little boys, are full of energy. So what outlet do you have for him to express that instead of just, let him have an hour a day, half an hour a day where he gets to just go crazy or, run around and play soccer with other kids his age?
Yeah, I think that's a solid point too. Actually, when my kids were my first daughter was little, I waited till she was wiped out. We went to Walmart at 11:30 at night with a 6-month-old baby until she was probably a year and a half because she was quiet. There's no reason to be a fool. I mean, they can sleep just as well at Walmart in the car than they can in their bed. So wait till they fall asleep, take them out. Most parents plan road trips that way, right? People start to leave for their destination at 8 p.m. figuring they'll watch a half a door and be out by 9. Then that's peaceful riding.
I will say that I can attest to the fact that the little boys are crazy. I live with my nephew, who is an amazing little guy, and last week I got attacked by him with a Captain America shield and a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle nunchuck, and I was not expecting that. The kid ran from across the living room, jumped up on top of a table, and then attacked me. It was legitimately one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Should have called 911.
That's right.
Sick the cat on him.
I was going to say, Brandon, I got a 22-pound cat that I know about. Don't mess with me.
I have one you can borrow.
Thank you. I got to be honest.
Here's Secular's advice. Secular says, this may be a phase your son is going through. However, it would be a good idea to discuss this with his pediatrician to make sure. While little children can be human Energizer bunnies, I am concerned that you say the boy doesn't listen when you talk to him. Tell the doctor and ask if a hearing check is in order. Oh, yeah, that's
What?
the problem.
Yeah, so-
Oh
and,
my
and don't put him on medicine. He probably doesn't need it.
Right.
Give
I
him a
don't
place
know.
to play
He's ADD.
and give
He's
him
a
boundaries.
child.
I don't know one 3-year-old boy that does not have selective hearing. They literally, I mean, here's the deal. Like, there's some little boys that are completely stubborn and are hearing you, ignoring you. I promise you, 85% of them, they're selective hearing. They literally don't hear you. Their brain is working. They see a stick or a squirrel, and they literally don't hear anything.
They're
you're
on
saying.
Mars somewhere.
They just don't.
I am 22 years old and I still have selective hearing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on purpose. It's not
I
stubborn. Yeah, that's
I
true.
hear it all.
That's true.
That's
Sometimes
scary.
I think you replace what actually happened with what you would like to see happen. Like, Dan, you're an animal. Thank you for marrying me. Here we go. Secular says, as to your son's acting up when you take him out, he should be told the rules and the penalties for not following them before you leave the house. Solid Dan. If he doesn't obey the rules, it is important that you follow through.
There you
Also solid Dan, whether that means he will be taken outside for a talk or taken home. Remember, consistency is the key. That's the way children learn. If you are older parents and not active, consider enrolling the boy in sports. Live from the past, firing on all cylinders tonight, boys, such as swimming or kiddie gym. I am told there are even karate classes for children your son age. Not a
Yeah.
good idea. Not a good idea for that.
Let him
matter.
be able to kick the crap out of you by the time he's 7.
Okay. And that was it. You know what? I feel like we agreed with Secular 100% and made the rounds. Nicely done.
I wouldn't say 100%.
That was pretty close. Well, except for
That's
that.
fairly
I was
rare.
gonna say-
Sometimes we have better advice.
That's
Yeah.
true.
No, I mean, I mean, here's the thing. Good parenting is good parenting.
Yeah.
Secular or not, listen, to be consistent with your kids, do what you say you're going to do,
Skip
and stop
pediatrician.
getting pushed around by that 3-year-old kid who doesn't hear you.